Diana Hooper.
And what was going on before you started boxing training?
Well, in the couple of years leading up to joining Lita's class, I just recently retired right before the pandemic, and then the pandemic hit. And during that it was kind of a strange time anyways. And during that whole time, I could just feel my health was declining. I felt unwell, a very stiff, tight muscles, in just my whole right side of my body didn't work correctly. I knew something was wrong, and it was a hard time to try to find health care, but I sought it out, and I saw two different neurologists, and they were unsure of my diagnosis. So I was like in a kind of a difficult place. I was kind of feeling down and alone and didn't know what to do. And the one consistent thing I heard was that exercise, and one of the neurologists specifically mentioned boxing. And I spoke to a person at Parkinson's Canada who said the same thing, and gave me Lita's contact information. I looked it up and I thought, I'm going to try it. So that's how I came to it.
Amazing. Okay, now who are you now as a result of the boxing training?
Well, pretty quickly, I realized it was helpful for me physically. I'd say that it would be good for anyone because it works on your core and strength and things that you need to do as you're getting into your senior years anyways, but it specifically targets some of the things that when you have Parkinson's that you need: your facial muscles, your voice, your balance. And the idea of boxing was a little bit alien to me, to be honest, but the coordination of the brain and the patterning was really good. And I get the concept of me fighting back against Parkinson's, because I don't really want to hit anybody else, but Parkinson's, no problem. So that has kind of worked for me. So yeah. So I just feel better when I do it. And yeah, so it's worked out really well. The other real bonus was being with people every morning that you sign in that are in the same stage of life, because that was part of my issue. I had never known anyone with Parkinson's, and I felt so alone. And then you're together with a community of people that are having a similar experience.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Diana. Okay, so what has helped, or have you learned the most from doing this?
Well, I mean, I'm like better toned for sure. Sometimes when I'm out and I'm tired, some of the things that we do, like, the way you walk, heel toe, keep your feet wide, helps me some, especially when I start to get tired and your body seems to push forward and I just feel like I could fall over sometimes. That helps. One surprising thing that helped was, just like I say again, the community. Near the beginning, I shared that I still didn't have a diagnosis and I was waiting for a referral to the Movement Disorder Center that was taking forever. And they kind of encouraged me to push a little bit, and I did. And then I finally, a couple months later, they called and said, I can see you really want to be seen, and we've got an opening today. Would you like to come? Got in, and I did get my diagnosis of Parkinson's. So that was very helpful for me as well, because I was kind of sitting back on my own thinking, what should I do? So.
Yeah, that must have been frustrating. What would be the most benefit in terms of doing coaching with me?
The most benefit, I think it would benefit anyone at any stage of Parkinson's. I mean, I think probably unique in joining before I even had a definitive diagnosis, but whether you're early, mid, later stages, you modify everything so you can do it in a way that works for whatever stage your body is at, and so it can work for a wide variety of people. So I think anybody with Parkinson's at any stage would benefit from joining this program.
And why exactly did you decide to join or to do the exercise?
Because I didn't feel like I was getting much help or support anywhere else. And I felt I had to take matters into my own hands. And the one consistent theme that I could come up with, and still can, is that exercise. And then, you know, some people say dancing, some people say Tai Chi, but boxing, and specifically rock steady boxing, seems to come up most commonly as being a really important thing to try. And like I say, it's worked for me. I feel much better when I do it than when I don't. So
Beautiful. Yeah. And you're a superstar, man. The ladies in the rock steady boxing are all superstars. Like, it's a really beautiful and amazing group. And I'm so thankful that you're sharing a little bit of your story and testament here, and for joining. So I really appreciate you sharing this.
okay, I do have one more thing to say about
Sure.
for me, the online really works because I've never been a confident driver, and I feel even less confident now that I have Parkinson's, because I'm a little bit shaky, and so to get out to a gym that was a drive every morning, I would never make it. I mean, I get there maybe occasionally, so this is a much better option for me. It would be nice to get out and meet people sometimes for sure, but being able to do it in the comfort of your own home is really helpful to me.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. And because it was quite a transition when we all first started with the online, but the part that I never kind of foresee that would happen is that people who did come to class 2 to 3 times a week now come to class 4 times a week.
Exactly. I might get there once or twice if I was driving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that.